Ken Leland was a four-sport prep athlete, excelling in basketball and baseball. The starting center for the Helena Bengal Cagers his junior and senior years in 1961, the 6'4" Leland was the fourth leading scorer in the state with a 16.65 points average and was selected first team All-State. His best game was a 28-point effort versus Butte Central. Leland also led it in football and track and field. In baseball, he was the ace of the Helena Legion's pitching staff in 1958 and 59. With a two-year combined mark of 17-5, 16 of which were complete games, Ken set the program's record with 141 season strikeouts and tied the team's season standard of 9 wins. Leland went on to pitch in the Copper League, in addition playing D1 basketball and baseball at the University of Idaho. Ann Gilbert. Ann Simpson Gilbert started out with Title IX sports in Pennsylvania as a 5'9" post player for the Trojanettes basketball team. At Syracuse University, she became the Orange women's swim team captain. After relocating to Montana, Ann set multiple Masters state swim records and has competed in over 40 triathlons. She has qualified for 2 Hawaii World Ironman triathlons in 1997 when she placed 10th in her age group and again in 2002. Ann was a 2002 Ironman Canada age group runner-up with a PR of 11 hours and 48 minutes and the first American woman at the 2005 Puchon, Chile half Ironman. In 2009, she finished third in her age group at the Ironman in Nice, France. Ann has captured several Spring Meadow Lake age group titles and has completed 5 marathons. John Hollow. John Hollow is considered the father of Helena soccer after helping co-found the game locally as an organized sport in the 1970s. Hollow served as the Helena High boys' first soccer coach from 1991 to 2004, highlighted by back-to-back state Class AA championships in 2002 and 2003. After placing runner-up in 1993, 1995, and 2001, the Bengals beat Bozeman 2-1 for the first title and 3-2 over Flathead for the repeat, both crowns decided in overtime play. He finished his 14-season career with a one-loss record of 113, 59, and 22 for a .657 winning percentage. Hollow's teams posted just 2 sub-500 campaigns while garnering 8 top 4 placings at state. 1991 Helena High boys basketball. In 1991, Helena High garnered its first state hoops championship in 20 years with a 65-55 triumph over Flathead in the title contest. The Western Conference champion Bengals beat Billings West 55-50 in the AA tournament opener and Bozeman 68-64 in the semis to reach the chipper. In the finals, HHS fell behind 10-0 to open the contest but came back to narrow the gap to 32-31 by halftime, before outscoring the Braves 34-23 in the second half. Helena put 5 players in double figures in the victory while finishing the season at 20-4 overall. HHS Cagers making the all-tourney team were Darren Zinniker, John Briney, Todd Redd, and Chris Boya. The win made head coach Jim Gross the first to win both a girls and boys AA crown, having guided the Lady Bengals to the 1984 title. Dan Downs. As a senior linebacker for Helena High in 1989, Dan Downs was selected first-team All-State and was named the Western AA Conference's defensive MVP while garnering high school All-American status. He led the Bengals in several categories, including a school record 4 forced fumbles. At the University of Montana, the 6'4", 225-pounder was a rare 3-time first-team All-Big Sky Conference selection from 1992 to 94. Downs was named U of M's Sophomore of the Year in 1992, and as a junior, he was the Big Sky's Defensive Player of the Week in a win over Boise State. His last 2 seasons, he helped the Grizz to back-to-back conference championships, culminating in an NCAA Division I playoff semifinal appearance as a senior after beating McNeese State 30-28 in the quarterfinals. Downs left as U of M's 13th leading tackler with 241 career tackles. 1996 Capital High Girls Track. The 1996 Capital High Girls Track and Field team under Coach Shirley Chesterfield Stanton swept the Western AA and state championships, outdistancing runner-up Flathead for their first state crown 135-119. The Lady Bruins garnered Class AA titles in 3 events: Betsy Krings in the 100 hurdles, Danny Claiborne in the shot put, and the 400 relay unit of Jamie Armbruster, Laura Bennett, Carrie Damshin, and Holly Gabbard. CHS's top scorers were Suzanne Krings in the pole vault, high jump, long jump, and triple jump. Betsy Krings in 200, 400, and 300 hurdles, and Bennett in 100, 200, 400, and long jump. The rest of the team's point makers were Claiborne, Nikki Dixon, Carrie Damshin, Katie McCarville, Holly Gabbert, Michelle Pilcher, Marshall Moy, Chris Ricker, and the 1600 relay. 1997 Capitol High Girls Track. The CHS Lady Bruins successfully defended their state track and field championship in 1997, nearly doubling second place Great Falls High 133 points to 69. The Capital Juggernauts double champions were Laura Bennett in 200 and 400 and Suzanne Krings in the high jump and long jump. Bennett earned a pair of runners-up in the 100 and long jump, while Krings was fifth in the triple jump. Sarah McMillan captured the javelin victory. Carrie Jamson placed in 7 events, highlighted by winning the 300 hurdles and placing second in the 100 hurdles. Bennett and Damshin were also part of both championship relays. Also scoring for Coach Chesterfield Stanton's Lady Bruins were Jamie Armbruster, Chris Ricker, Michelle Pilcher, Heather Davis, Danielle Merritt, and Christina Rush. Kyle Samson. In 2002, Kyle Samson quarterbacked the Capital Bruins to an undefeated state football championship as CHS beat arch-rival CMR in the Chipper 28-21. Kyle was named both the Class AA Offensive Player of the Year and the Gatorade Player of the Year. He set the school record for total offense of 3,291 yards while posting a combined 34 passing and rushing touchdowns. Kyle finished with 10 varsity letters in 3 sports, and as a senior, he made All-State in football, basketball, and track in the same school year. After transferring from the University of Montana to MSU Northern, Samson led the conference in several categories while setting multiple school records. In 2006, he directed the Lights to their first NAIA national playoffs and was selected both the Frontiers Offensive Player of the Year and an NAIA All-American. Walt Chancy. Walt Chancy served as a Capital High coach for 26 years. As an assistant football coach from 1975 to 1995, he was part of 2 state championships in 1978 and 87, and as a head man in 1993 when he stepped in as an interim for Jim Tuss, who was recovering from surgery. Walt took the reins as head coach in 1996, directing the Bruins to an undefeated 13-0 title and a 15-14 win over C.M. Russell in the Chipper. From 1976 to 1988, he head coached CHS Gymnastics, capturing 2 AA crowns in 1983 and 88, while posting 3 other top 3 placings, including runners-up in 1986 and 87. As an assistant track coach, Walt was part of 2 more state titles in 1998 and 1999. 1993 Capital High football. With defensive coordinator Walter Chancy at the helm, in place of Capital High head coach Jim Tuss, who was sidelined from surgery, the 1993 Bruin Gritters rolled to the state title with a 34-7 victory over Big Sky in the finals and finished at 11-1. After a 27-3 win over Skyview in the semifinals, CHS sped out to a 14-0 lead over the Eagles in the Chipper on an Eric Larson 98-yard kickoff return and a Byron Molyneux touchdown pass to Brian Mellon. Capital held a 14-7 halftime advantage and then cemented their victory on TD runs by Trevor Smith and Mike Berry and a scoring strike from Molyneux to Larson. Prior to the game, defensive lineman Matt Kuntz shaved his head in a mohawk haircut, which remains a Bruin tradition for championships.